Hey guys, welcome back to Hey K-popin, and today I will be reviewing all the K-dramas I've ever watched. But since I'm lazy, this is going to be part 1, focusing only on the shows While You Were Sleeping, Boys Over Flowers, Cinderella and the Four Knights, and School 2015. To summarize the show, Hongju is able to have dreams of unfortunate events that will occur in the future from she was a child, but of course most people didn't believe her. One day, a prosecutor named Jae-chan moved into the house in front of her and her mother's with his brother. Something happened and he was able to have dreams about her and uses these to save her, and in the process of saving her, one night he accidentally saved someone else and now that person dreams of him. So these all help him in his cases, etc. And if I continue, I will definitely spoil the show. So this show is literally my favorite K-drama of all time. It had suspense, it was a romance, but also a thriller. I don't know if I'm just easily scared, but watching this in the night makes me feel like I'm watching a slasher film. And honestly, overall, I definitely recommend this if you're into criminal shows, and even if you aren't, I recommend it for the romance between Hongju and Jae-chan. Suji and Jung-suk acted extremely well, and you would never think they were acting at all. It felt extremely realistic, especially the kissing scenes. I really enjoyed those because they, actually kissed each other. And all I've got to say is I did feel bad for Woo-tak, who was the third person in the love triangle. These shows always have a love triangle, and who obviously wasn't able to get the girl, but him being there really gave the situation some depth, and I really enjoyed it, and you would too. So I highly recommend you guys go and check this out. So Jandy, being poor, transfers to a school only for the elite, and of course she doesn't fit in. One day her friend's ice cream fell on one of the legendary F4's shoes. This was Junpyo, and being petty as he is, he tells her to lick it, and obviously she doesn't lick it. From that day, their paths constantly crossed, and because he's disgusting to her, and Ji-hoo, another one of the F4s, whatever, wasn't disgusting to her, so she ended up falling for him while Junpyo was falling for her. Eventually though, she ended up liking Junpyo, as it's a show with them being the main stars, and after much heartache and pain, they live happily ever after. This show has the overall arc of the F4 thing, and honestly I think the best one is Meteor Gardens, the Chinese version. The guys in this were handsome, I'll give you that, but I still think for how the females acted, I thought they would be like god tier. I've watched this show in like the modernist age, so the clothing all looked so bad for me and ruined the whole rich idea. But I mean, their houses could tell the difference in wealth, but the clothing just, no. It didn't age well at all. The actors were okay. I didn't really like Jandy, even though she's supposed to be the lead. Her facial expressions were just too much for me. And for crying out loud, how old were these actors? Like, how old was the cast? It was like watching 30-year-olds play teenagers. It wasn't cute at all. Certain events just, and the close-ups, let me move on. Everyone loves this show though, and honestly it wasn't bad, just not my favorite. There was a lot of secondhand embarrassment and it was sad half time, but for all the people who know people who loves it, I still recommend checking it out for, I guess, nostalgia's sake. I also want to mention that I actually didn't finish this drama. After a while, I completely got uninterested and just moved on with my life. Haewon ends up living with her stepmom and stepsisters, which were obviously cruel to her, and one day end up getting the deal of a lifetime to look after and teach the grandsons of CEO Kang manners, I guess, after Hyunmin, which is one of the grandsons, used her to embarrass his grandfather at his proposal dinner. I think it was that. She accepted the offer and lived in the home with the boys, and some of them obviously wasn't that nice to her, and stuff happened, and she ended up falling in love with Jae-woon. I probably shouldn't have said that, but yeah, if I continue you will get spoilers, so definitely go watch the show. This show was good, to be honest. It was a relaxing type to watch, and although it felt kind of slow, it was also good delivered well. At first I was very confused who the fourth knight was, but now I guess it's Secretary Lee. They were very handsome, I got to say, and also I want to cry for Haeji. I'm happy everyone got their happy ending. Definitely check it out. I do highly recommend. At this point I'm exhausted, but School 2015 focused on Eunbi, who is an orphan, and due to her long lost twin sister Eunbil finding her and stopping bullies from hurting her, she makes her an offer to switch lives, since Eunbil didn't really want her life anymore. She wanted a break from it, and so during a school trip they swapped places. A lot of things happened, and the bully came to the school that Eunbi now goes to, playing Eunbil, and I guess she found out that Eunbi was Eunbil, and so she threatened to tell everyone the truth, and the two guys in the love triangle as well as Eunbi and Eunbil tried to stop this, and yeah, just go watch the show. I think this was one of my favorites before I watched while you were sleeping. Yeah, so for me, I completely love this show with all my heart. Sometimes with K-dramas I feel they take too long to get to the point, and of course I felt so with this, but the plot is beautifully written and you can't help but feel happy for the characters when they overcome certain things. Like, I want to say a scene, but I don't want to say because it's one of my favorite scenes, but it's when Eunbil decided to switch places with Eunbi one day, and when she went to school, the bully was deciding to, bully Eunbi and try and prove that it was Eunbi and not Eunbil, but Eunbil did her thing because she's a bad girl. Anyways, let's continue. So I love all the character growth as well as the points of romance between Eunbi and Yian. Sorry, Taewang, but I mean that's how the show was written. That's how they wrote it, for us to cheer for Eunbi and Yian. I really wish Eunbil and Taekwon, whatever his name is, I'm sorry, would get together, but that did not happen, even though I was hoping for it so bad. But overall, definitely check it out, guys. You will really enjoy the plot, and not to mention this amazing song. It's one of my favorite OSTs out there. Well, that's all for today, guys. I hope you take my recommendations and stay tuned for part 2. Enjoy your days, and bye.